Hey everybody, welcome back. This is a messy drama I can't stop watching.
7 weeks ago, I thought I met the man of my dreams and we had the most amazing weekend together. And then he told me that he was married. Like, had just gotten married. But he knew she wasn't his person. He just has a savior complex and he's got to figure out how to leave her for me. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. Instead, I get smart and call it off and move on with my life and hope that he figures out his with her. Fast forward to now. Tell me why. I was scrolling on Hinge and I see none other but his face.
No.
With the fake name that he gave me when I met him out. This man lives in a different state, comes here for work, and is now just on Hinge again. So I blast him on Facebook. I messaged his wife, told her everything. But I also made a public post warning other local girls that he's married and not to match with him or go on dates with him. Which one of my friends was like, he looks familiar.
Stop.
Proceeds to tell me that they had a little fling back in April. He was married in June. I met him Labor Day weekend. So now I'm waiting to see how many other girls come forward.
Oh, you gotta be a special kind of stupid to publicly cheat. Like, really? You think that just because you're in a different city that people aren't gonna find out? Ugh. It's not even the cheating, it's the sloppiness that bothers me. Like, they think that we're so stupid. The cheaters, not men. Not all men, Tarlet. Cheaters think people are so stupid that they won't find out. My husband says, I don't even know how someone can be as lazy as you are. You never do anything around the house. So I stopped putting away washed laundry about 2 weeks ago. I wanted to show him that if I stop doing something, it piles up. Most of it is his and our kids' stuff. His response was, well, if you were better at doing stuff around the house, it would always look neat. I'm sorry. Get a maid. It would always look neat if all the members of the household helped. That's what's up. No, you are incorrect. None of us are causing all this mess. Oh, yeah? You sure about that? I don't even know how to argue with him anymore about helping me. That's because he thinks he married a maid. And honestly, if he wants a maid for a wife, maybe he should find one and marry her instead. It is always true that they don't notice how much you do for them until you stop doing it. One of my best friends left for a little while. She and her boyfriend had a big fight. So she left for a little while because she felt underappreciated. And sure enough, as soon as she left, her boyfriend was just like, oh, wait. She cooks for me, she cleans for me, she walks my dog. And everything just started to pile up. He actually had to do things himself. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yes, okay, I appreciate you now. Why do we need to leave for you to get it?
So I'm a really big goody two-shoes. This is one of the messiest things I've ever done. Very dramatic ending.
Yes.
I'm hoping enough time has passed to tell this story. So a couple years ago, I started dating my ex. We lived in different cities, but then COVID hit shortly after. So I ended up moving in with him really quickly so we could be together. But we didn't really get a great opportunity to meet each other's friends. We would talk about them though. So he knew who my friends were, I knew who his friends were, but we wouldn't necessarily have met them. So summer started kicking around. We're kind of realizing things aren't really working. He pulled trigger on breaking up. I was a little bit salty about it. So I go home to my hometown. So it's 3, maybe 4 weeks later. Him and I are still kind of casually chatting. I'm still thinking in my head, maybe we could work things out, get back together. So I get on my friend's boat and I'm looking at this guy and he looks so familiar. And I'm just wait, you're good friends with my ex-boyfriend, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I remember this coming up. And you're friends with a girl that I went to high school with in a completely different city. And her name and my name rhyme. And he's like, yeah, except her and I broke up. And my brain lit up like a Christmas tree. I was like, oh, wow, look at all the opportunities. Part of me was I should be so nice to him that he goes and tells my ex-boyfriend how nice I am. And then the other part of my brain was wow, he is so freaking hot. You should hook up with him. So I ended up doing something I really didn't plan on. I had a child with him.
No! Well, that's one way to pay back. That's one way to get your revenge. Pop a child out of your hoo-ha. Have his best friend's baby. That'll throw him. He won't be expecting that. Won't see it coming.
It's Friday and I've got some tea. Feel like
Friday and I've got some tea too.
I own a store here in Houston, Texas, and my friend who's been my friend for probably a couple years now, she has a fiance that she's been dating for about 3 years. And he comes in here today with a woman who is not her. He does not know who I am, but I know who he is. And his girl that he's with is pregnant. So I'm just being a messy ass. So I texted my friend and took a screenshot and sent her a picture and was like, look who your man is with. And she was like, girl, what? He told me he was in like on another part of the city doing something for work. Okay, on a Friday. I guess that's a work day. Anyways, doing something for work. So they're looking around for a couple minutes and then
I'm sorry, can we stop? Can you just get your hair out of your face and then continue? The never-ending hair in the face. Can relate.
Sorry, she comes up to me and she's like, what is a good stone for new, like, healthy love, like, building relationships, whatever. And I'm like, oh, are y'all together? How long have y'all been together? And he looks at me and he's like, yeah, we've been together for about 6 months and we're expecting. And I was like, oh, I thought you were so-and-so's fiance, right? She's my really good friend. And he looked at me dead and was like, who are you? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You got the wrong guy. And she goes, oh no, babe, don't lie. Like, it's okay. And she was like, I know all about her. And she's got nothing. I've got his baby now.
That's not a flex. That's not a flex.
Tell me why. I've got cameras up in here. I got cameras. I got the whole thing recorded.
That's messy. Let me be clear. Bagging a cheater is not a flex. That's embarrassing. You're embarrassing. How are you not embarrassed? I would hide my head in the sand and never come out. That's what I do. You wouldn't catch me dead with a cheater. Knowingly. I mean, you never know. Ain't no love here, but felt like being messy since bitches ain't shit.
Still love for you though, but I'm about to get on your ass. I got a potty mouth. You wanna talk? Let's talk about your body count.
So I'm gonna address this video real quick.
Oh,
so I can let
it's the girl in the video.
Know that I was untouched by you in high school for 3 years. 3 years, untouched, not phased by you. And you to sit here and make a video about me because you don't like me is fan behavior. Yes, that's what it is, queen. That's what it is. Don't care how much you hate me. If you hate me because I'm pretty, I know. If you hate me because my teeth are straight, I know. But it's okay. I promise. But anyway, keep it up, baby.
It's the Gen Z, like, wow, babe, you're like famous. People are making TikToks about you. What a big fan. I'm your biggest fan. Story time. My ex got an STD by trying to smash my sister for revenge. Shut the front door. Holy cannoli. The holiest heavenly cannoli.
This story time, I'm going to be telling y'all how my ex had smashed my sister trying to get revenge on me and ended up catching an STD. So basically, right, my ex-boyfriend had broke up with me for no reason at all, right? And then when he came back, he was like, give me another chance. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. I was just like, I don't want to be with you anymore. Like, I found my self-worth. I just don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be with you. And then he was like, bet, you're going to regret that. You're going to regret that. Watch. And I'm like, okay. So then we was on it. He called me. He FaceTimed me. And I was like, what's up? He was like, I'm about to send you something. I was like, all right. He sent me a video of him smashing my sister. And then he was like, yeah, I smashed his sister. And I started bagging up on the phone. Like, when I tell you I was laughing so hard, he was like, what's funny? Why are you laughing? Why aren't you mad? Like, what's funny? What's really funny? Like, I don't understand what you're laughing for. I don't catch the joke. And I said, you're going to enjoy Bernie, too, because, listen. He was like, what are you talking about? So I was like, she didn't tell y'all before y'all did what she did, that she had something. She didn't disclose that information before. He was like, huh? She ain't got nothing. She would have told me. And I'm like, you know, and deep in the back of my mind, it's kind of like, I think she knew what she was doing, but at the same time, why would you feel comfortable doing something with my boyfriend? Mind you, I don't like my sister at all. We haven't talked in a long time, but it's kind of like, she kind of knew. It's kind of like she was on my side, but she wasn't on my side. At the same time, you get what I'm saying? And he was just real mad and salty. My thing is, I don't understand why you were trying to be petty. You ended up hurting yourself at the end of the day. You look stupid. You look like a goofy. And it's just kind of like, I laughed more than I felt hurt, honestly. Like, it was just like, you played yourself. You really did, so.
What a goofy boy. Messy, dusty, goofy boy. Messy, dusty, goofy, and itchy boy. Hilarious. Oh man, that was a wild ride. Thank you for that.
I'm just saying, like, I know what your method is when you take Snapchats.
Yes, Katie, we're good friends. And I know that makes you feel really insecure in your relationship, and I'm sorry for that. But I think it's about your own self-worth.
Okay, no. Do you think this is about me and my self-worth?
You think this is about me?
Overstepping your bounds?
Well, then maybe feel better in your relationship. If I'm able to make you feel
fine
insecure,
in my relationship.
You obviously don't.
No,
you have to confront me.
No, if you're doing something shady behind my back, then I feel shady about
it's on
it.
you that you feel like it's shady. Your
Okay,
boyfriend
then
isn't
what are you
allowed.
doing? I want you to
your
tell me.
boyfriend isn't
I
allowed
want
to
to
have
see your
friends
phone.
that are
I
girls.
text.
Off. What is wrong with you? Who does that? That's
He's
not right.
someone
That's not right. That's not right.
But okay,
Katie.
Okay.
If you don't feel secure enough in your relationship, that is not my fault. I've been friends with your boyfriend for years.
I know the kind of things that you send him.
Like
I'm
what?
with him.
Okay, I actually don't know, like, who's in the wrong here. But honestly, to be fair, I feel like even if you've been friends with a guy for years, you're allowed to be his friend. But yeah, if you're sending like saucy pictures of yourself, yeah, it's not good. I would definitely keep that friendship to like a friendship kind of vibe. This is only because I had an experience with a friend who had this other friend who would share thirst traps on her close friends list. And my friend's boyfriend was on that close friends list. And it was like, why are you putting my boyfriend on a close friends list where you're sharing like saucy pictures of yourself? One thing led to another. There was a call out, and then the girl who was posting the saucy pictures responded exactly like this. She said that my friend was insecure, and it's like, no, I just would really prefer if you wouldn't like send my boyfriend saucy pictures of yourself. Is that like, I would need to see the picture to really like, but like personal experience, don't be sending your friends' boyfriends pictures of yourself, okay? And furthermore, if your friend calls you out about it and says that she's uncomfortable with it, it's time to stop. Like maybe she has an issue with you two talking, and if you respected the friendship and she feels uncomfortable, she probably has a reason for it. I don't know. She could be a little insecure, and maybe you could be sending some pictures that you shouldn't be, okay? I have been catfishing him.
Okay, you can flip them now.
I don't understand what we're doing now.
Just trust me. Just do it. It's fun. I promise.
Using a fake profile with her pics. I stole money from him.
What are we doing?
I started fake rumors so he would lose followers. My bestie ratted me out.
Couple more. Keep going.
I was tricked into coming here by my bestie.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Well, soon to be ex-bestie. Period. It was Agatha, Avery all along.
You can take your blindfold off now.
I don't understand what we're doing here.
Posting her reaction soon. This gets messy.
Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. Goody, goody. You could tell that was a genuine reaction, too. Like, look at this. Look at that. Guilty. Just by your face. I'm not a lawyer or a judge, but I say you're guilty.
I used to be a pick-me girl, and I'm gonna tell you what I did when I was a pick-me girl because it's
yes,
funny.
We love a
I'm
self-aware
pretty sure
queen.
This behavior started in middle school, probably before that, but I can't identify that. I don't remember my childhood. I have deleted so much of my Facebook because in those days, girl, Facebook was popping. It was the moment. It was. And I had a lot of insecurity issues, like a lot of them, and I projected that so bad on other who were hot and chilling, you know? So my beef was with the popular girls at school. They did nothing to me, by the way. Literally so nice to me. They're all so nice to me. But I hated them. I was a hater because I couldn't be them. That's honestly what it was. I literally said these girls were on multiple occasions. I said that, like, to my friends out loud and on the internet.
like many times. I think I was so mad that I was insecure in my body that these girlies were like wearing, I don't know, tank tops, and I was like, wow, I would never show that much skin. I don't need that for attention. I don't know. I would freely say like that. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. And like everybody who I was talking about knew I was talking about them. And they're probably like, what the does this have beef with me for? I don't know her, you know?
Wow. That was really refreshing. I really appreciate you being so honest and like can relate. I don't know what it is about being like young and disliking other girls, but like I feel like that's happened, you know? And it's okay to admit it. It's okay to be self-aware. It's okay to realize that you're a for literally no reason. Just acknowledge it and do better next time. Honestly, the psychology of a pick-me girl is just like very refreshing to hear. Thank you so much for sharing.
Tell me about a time you overheard something you weren't supposed to. And to this day, you've kept it to yourself that you heard that thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna start this off by saying if you knew me in high school, scroll up. I don't want you to watch this. I don't want the drama, okay?
Too bad.
I just don't want it. So back in high school, I was an office assistant my senior year. And so basically a free period where you would assist the ladies in the office, like deliver notes. It was pretty chill, right? And so one day I'm delivering one out to the portables, which are these buildings like right outside the main buildings where they have some classes. And so I see one of my teachers arguing with a student because she hands him a positive pregnancy test. They're going back and forth about it. And then he's just finally at the end, he's like, just whatever, meet me after school and we're going to take care of this. And so I like run back in the main building. I hide in the bathroom for like 20 minutes. I'm like freaking out because what I just saw, I'm like, oh my God, the teacher got this student pregnant and now they're going to go like abort it. I was like freaking out, right? And so I've held on to that secret like since this day. And like I've seen this girl so many times and like it's ridiculous. Like,
the tea is piping hot. Dang. Imagine being like a kid and seeing that. Holy crap. One last video to get us riled up. Not her trying to break in on Christmas Eve.
My shampoo and conditioner, I want that jacket. I want all of it right now because you're a friend. And everybody will say that you're a friend.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, all right, you might be a shitty friend. Can confirm it's possible. However, let's put the shovel down and pick the broom up because that was some messy friggin' drama. Subscribe